If you build your own creations out of Lego, there are probably times when you run into a problem. You need a specific piece to make that creation amazing. And that's a problem that I run into working on this, my brand new modular custom music shop that we are putting in our modular city, New Chagrin. What piece do I need? Well, it's this one right here. And it only comes in a handful of sets, most recently in 2017. So it's an old piece and there aren't a lot out there. Now, many of the places that I go to look for pieces, such as the Lego Pick-a-Brick wall at the Lego store or online, eBay, and especially Bricklink, oftentimes have these pieces for very expensive prices, especially Bricklink. I decided I would go to some independent Lego stores to try to find this specific piece, and in fact that led me on a hunt from Ohio, where I live, all the way to the West Coast in an effort to find this elusive piece. We start our adventure at Sir Troy's Toys in North Canton, Ohio. They're an independent toy store that sells a lot of different products, including Lego. But when you walk in, you get this massive dinosaur exhibit, which is pretty cool. Kind of intimidating because it roars, and the kids were a little iffy about that, but they liked it in the end. They also have a ton of Lego displays. You can see here the towers, and you've got the church built up, and then they've got a ton of Lego sets. Check it out. They have the new Indiana Jones sets, which I was looking for back in April when they first came out and had a hard time finding them. They also have, much to Autumn's glee, the buildable Grogu, or the child as it was known when it came out, and so she gravitated toward that. They also have a brand new copy of the Ninjago City Docks. If you are interested in picking that up, well, you can do that. Of course, it will cost you, yes indeed, $785. They also have this huge chair that Autumn wanted to sit in because, well, she likes large chairs, so she convinced me to sit in it. Of course, they didn't have that particular piece that I was looking for. I did pick up a bunch of light gray bricks, and that was pretty exciting, but I had to look somewhere else. And because we were going on vacation, we took our Lego adventure from Ohio to Chicago to Portland, Oregon. That's right, we went all the way to the West Coast, and while we were there, we found a number of bricks and minifigs stores, in particular the one in Canby, which is massive. Check out this picture of the building. I thought that was an exaggeration of the size, but indeed it is that big. When you walk in there, you've got a lot of Lego sets and some custom builds like this AT-AT, and of course some Friends sets, the Benny's Spaceship, some Lego Movie 2 sets, some Star Wars, and some Holiday Winter Village sets. Those are all really interesting, and of course some of them are pretty expensive, as you can imagine, on the second-hand market. They also have some custom builds, as you can see along this shelf up here, with some buildings modular-esque. I wouldn't put them quite as high of caliber as a modular building, but some of them looked pretty nice. And they also have some other things, like some displays on Wild West and some displays of minifigs and some castle-y and space type things as well, some Star Wars and this Castlevania, which I thought was pretty nice. They have this massive display here which combines some sets that exist, like the Medieval Market Village and the Treehouse, as well as the Endor set from years ago, but modified to a Friends theme. They have a huge mock of the Black Gate from Lord of the Rings. Really cool landscape there. They also had this tribute to our 40th president, Ronald Reagan, in a mosaic form. Thought it turned out pretty good as someone who enjoys politics quite a bit. But of course, Autumn was drawn to the Mandalorian Starfighter because, well, baby Grogu. Aww. But they had a lot of other really interesting sets, such as this old Diagon Alley, the original Diagon Alley, if you will, that came out about a decade or so ago. This one's on sale, $225. By the way, I'm looking forward to the brand new Gringotts Bank that hopefully will be announced soon, coming out in September, per the rumors. They had some other Harry Potter stuff as well, such as this OG Hogwarts Castle all the way back from the early 2000s. And yes, it does set you back, if you want it, $295. But it looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. They also had some Hobbit sets. This is one that I didn't pick up when it was available the first time. The Lonely Mountain, about 900 pieces. At the time, they wanted well over $100 for it. I didn't think it was a great deal, but that dragon, Smaug, is really expensive on the secondhand market. And of course, this set reflects that $500 retail price for this set. They had some nice old school pirate stuff, like the second, third wave of pirate sets, like this one over here, and some soldier sets. They had also quite a few of the Winter Village sets, such as the Gingerbread House, which I think is perhaps the best one of all of them, followed by what I think might be the worst of them, and that is the Winter Village Fire Station. And the Elves House, which is, I think, a charming rendition of that set. I really like the Holiday Main Street, and they also had the Santa's Visit, which, again, I think is a pretty quality Winter Village set. Just like Sir Troy's had the new Indiana Jones Lost Temple, this one had the original Lost Temple set, but it would set you back about $160. I think the new one's a much better bargain. Of course, the real reason we were there is to search for this elusive piece, and we had plenty of Lego to dig through. Check out all of these bins, a dozen of them just piled high with Lego, and that's not even all of them. They had even more behind the counter. So we were looking for some interesting pieces as well to fill up a bag for $25. I'll show you what we got at the end of this video, and just looking for anything interesting colors, interesting bricks, and of course this elusive piece. So you can see just how much stuff there was to go through in these bins. It was a bit overwhelming at first, but we were able to spread out and tackle this one bin at a time. Here's Julia looking through some pieces. You can see the kids in the background, but she's digging through, looking for anything interesting, such as gray bricks, dark orange bricks, these salmon and blue colored pieces. I like those. And then I saw, that's right, I saw the piece I needed right here in Ninjago City. And as you zoom in on that, you can see the price tag, $550 for the set. Ouch. I did find the piece, but I wasn't able to buy it, of course, for $550 as part of the Ninjago City set. So I'm gonna have to find some other way to get it. Now, I did get this bag of pieces from Bricks and Minifigs, so let's go ahead and show you what I got from that. So let's dive in, show you what I got as I pour these pieces out. Really fit a lot of pieces into one bag. Thought it was a little pricey at $25, but I think you can see I got a good deal. One of the first things I wanted to look for, large green plates. These are expensive and hard to find on Bricklink, and I was able to find a number of them in the pieces there. Also in there, sand green bricks. Really interesting how they had a number of those. I was able to pick some up. Wanted windows, always useful to have windows, and of course, dark blaze slopes. If you're building any castle or rock type mocks, wanted to get some of this bright light orange that I think is a really cool color to use in maybe some custom modulars. Now, I'm also a huge fan of light gray bricks, so I got some arches and modified bricks and slopes, along with some modified plates and tiles. And of course, I couldn't resist some of these big gray bricks. These are pricey on Bricklink, especially those 2x8s, a bit hard to find. I also really like the salmon pieces, the cool yellow pieces, and orange. Nice to have some orange and dark orange in the collection. And of course, the kids had to throw in some pink, purple, and silver pieces along with that huge dish with some fish on it. So there you have it, the fruits of our cross-country Lego adventure. Hey, real quick before you go, why don't you check out this other Lego video that we have right here that I think you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and always remember to keep building together.